And one. We're back. It's Community Conversations. I'm Miss Community Clovia, and here with me this morning is the Honorable L. Douglas Wilder, Mayor of the City of Richmond. And we're going to jump right in. Notwithstanding obstructionist, Richmond moves forward.
Well, you're absolutely right, because under this, new form of government, we are no longer led by what were referred to as 9 mini-mayors. But the voters changed this. They want a strong mayor form of government with a popularly elected mayor to oversee the daily operations of the city. You're absolutely right when you laugh, because these were people who could fire and hire the city manager, and they did. They ran Robert Barber away. They would threaten Calvin Jameson by saying, "I'm your 5th vote. You do what I tell you or else." Well, they can't do that to this mayor because the public elected the mayor. The public said, we want you there. And there are some who resent it. They hate it. Now here's what, listen, this is the letter that was sent to the Richmond Times-Dispatch just last week or so. That says, with one council member generating gaseous platitudes calling a city official crook, another playing nasty turf politics with a popularly elected mayor, a third continuing to excuse and blindly supporting the mediocrity of Richmond's public schools at ridiculous cost, a repetitive majority refusing to give the mayor his appointees, followed by their spending tens of thousands of city dollars in gotcha legal battles, Richmond citizens have been ill-served. In the 1st District, a resident can simply drive on Patterson and Grove Avenues and see what the reality is. Finally, and most frightening, one needs to remember that when citizens blithely go to the polls this fall, we will be electing this crew for a 4-year, not 2-year term. Hopefully, this reality will be our wake-up call. Now, that was written not by me. I don't even know the man that wrote it. But I'm here to tell you, and your listeners bear witness to this, the public has always been smarter than leaders. The public is always out there listening. They don't get a chance to speak. They don't get a chance to talk. They don't even get a chance to be heard. But let me tell you, I know that they are so far ahead on the issues. I have a guy that works down at the parking lot down on 14th Street. And we talk all the time. People see us talking. And he said, "Man, you'd be surprised at the people that come and ask me, how do you get to know him? How do you get to talk with him? What do y'all talk about?" And I told him, let me tell you exactly what I told him. I said, first of all, you got to understand that you're not supposed to have any sense. You're not supposed to have a brain. You're not supposed to know what issues are. You're not supposed to even discuss things like the construction and the makeup of the Richmond Metropolitan Authority, even though Richmond has all the property, why other people are going to take our votes. You're not supposed to talk about the waste of money, because you don't have a job that will give you that. You're not supposed to think. And he said, you're right. People do think that about so many of us like that. And this is not because he's African American, trust me. There are any numbers of whites that I run into in the grocery stores, and they'll stop me and say, don't they get it? Don't people understand? Man stopped me today. He said, "Look, I've been living in Richmond for 20 years, and I went down to North Carolina this weekend, and people said, that Doug Wilder up there, he is really doing some stuff, ain't he?" I said, look, the only way it's going to get done, that you got to do it that way. So, yes, there have been obstructionists. Council is not supportive of the city employees. When you get a city council referring to the city employees as a gang, or they can't add, they can't do the math, how are you going to expect people to want to live in a city when they see the fights? Everybody says, well, look at all the fight and bitterness going on. I repeat, I have never filed a legal suit against anybody since I've been mayor. None.
Stop.
None.
I'm not believing that.
I have not. Everything that has been filed has been against me. All of the tens of thousands of dollars against me. I can't even use my city attorney on most calls, most occasions. Why? He sued me. My own city attorney. Because the city council appoints him. And they can fire him. So I think...
Well, thank you. Short, sweet, and simple.
Well, when you look back, just look at some of the things. You came over to Battery Park. You looked at Battery Park. That thing was a zoo. I came in, I said, look, I'm going to fix it. Didn't argue, didn't fuss, didn't debate. I'm going to fix it. Not going to talk about, we got to go to council. I am going to fix it. And what have we done? We fixed it.
It's fixed.
Ahead of schedule, under budget,
Weeks
got more
schedule.
money out of FEMA than anybody other than people in Katrina down in the Gulf states. $46 million committed to places fixed up better than before. Oh, somebody bought a $10 million suit against us as a result of their home being there involved.
Yeah.
I said, let them bring it. Guess what? Just last week, they settled the suit with us for what we would have given them from the beginning. We had bought the house, which we were going to buy, and we had to pay for them when they were staying outside the house. Did we fix it? Yes, fixed the whole thing. Gaston fixed and messed up the charcoal bottom before I was even in office. Messed up. All you had to do was go down this 18th Street, 17th Street, of thunder shower. Wow, you'd close up business. Flooded. City Council. This is in 04. This is 04. I wasn't sworn in until January 05. They put $1.9 million in. Well, where's the money going since the mayor's got it? Well, we want to know. We're going to have it. All sorts of meetings and mess. They did nothing. It's fixed. $20 million we put in and fixed it ahead of schedule, under budget, fixed permanently. So we're not going to do any of this patchwork involvement. One of the council members said, well, we don't know what about the city of the future money. Where is that going? If he had read anything, this is the president of the city council saying that nothing is happening on the capital plan at all. Our budget should reflect a reality, not a fantasy. This is what the president of the city council is saying. He doesn't even know that $113 million of the money is already in the pipeline being spent among such things as renovating every city library, about $8 million to upgrade their computers, money going to public work projects such as streets and sidewalks and improvements, being used to renovate the Carpenter Center when they couldn't get it done, even though they gave them the $30 million, no report they wanted, everything was fine. That was when people were making $300,000 a year at taxpayers' expense. All that's changed. And so no money is being thrown away, and if people need to look to see what's going, they ought to look at our visions piece, and they need also, I can tell you, we're going to be having some other opportunities for the public to be earmarked and to know exactly what is going on with their taxpayers' dollars. I don't believe in waste. I believe in accountability and responsibility.
That's very good. Richmond Mayor L. Douglas Wilder joining us on the show. It's Community.